If you clicked on this video, it is not an accident. It is a sign. It means you are already part of the minority that feels the tension. Those who sense that the world we live in is about to shatter and fundamentally restructure itself. There will be no promises here about dream it and you will achieve it. This is not self-help fluff or manifestation platitudes. We are going to discuss real, undeniable trends that have been accumulating for years and are about to break through in 2026. For years, you have existed in a state of profound, chronic depletion. You diligently adopted every new tool, implemented every new schedule, yet you still feel utterly exhausted from running against an invisible current. You are trying to solve 21st century problems using a 20th century operating system. You are not failing. You are experiencing terminal obsolescence. The effort you exert is monumental, but the real results remain marginal. We call this the illusion of progress, and it is the defining psychological tax of this era. The reason for this gap between effort and result is simple. You have been stuck on the plateau of unseen growth. Your life, your career, your mind, they have been accumulating potential for months and years, but that potential remained locked, separated from the breakthrough by an invisible barrier. Every major innovation, every technological leap, every global cultural shift in history begins right here. A period of quiet, grueling accumulation when the work seems futile. But now, that period is over. We are entering the most volatile and vital year of this decade, 2026. This is the year when the paradox of the exponent will detonate. This is the year when the hidden energy accumulated over half a decade will finally ignite and surge forward. This is the moment when the external world demands your internal transformation, unleashing the greatest wave of opportunity in our lifetime. What happens next depends solely on you. You will either catch this wave using a new way and catapult yourself forward to assert true personal sovereignty, or this wave will crash over you, leaving you disoriented, depleted, and utterly lost in the middle of a turbulent ocean. This is not about politics, news, or public opinion. This is about psychological survival and personal mastery. This powerful shift is driven by the convergence of three absolutely uncompromising forces that will change everything. The pillar of inexhaustible energy, chrono-optimization, the pillar of multiplied intellect, the mental amplifier, the pillar of sovereign income, ultra-micro skills. This is not a motivational talk. This is the operating system for the sovereign self, the definitive roadmap for rebuilding yourself. And we begin with the foundation of all mastery, energy. You have achieved the mental clarity to grasp the scale of 2026, but clarity is futile without endurance. You cannot be the sovereign self if you are hijacked by your biology every afternoon. The ultimate constraint is the midday crash. You know the moment, 2 p.m., you're intelligent, you're motivated, but suddenly the mental fog rolls in. You hit the wall, you are suffering a biological deficit, and that deficit costs you your most valuable hours. The old moral code was one of willpower and grind. The new code for the sovereign individual is optimization and leverage. You cannot think faster or monetize better if your core system is operating at 60%. That is why we begin with chrono-optimization. To understand the magnitude of this shift, consider the analogy of electrification. Before Thomas Edison, factories ran on steam, fueled by unpredictable schedules and inefficient kerosene light. Electricity didn't just make things faster, it restructured the entire schedule of industrial society. It allowed for precision, consistent output, and a complete re-engineering of the workflow. In 2026, we are facing the electrification of the human body. We are moving beyond the random, low-fidelity fuel of caffeine and guesswork to the high-fidelity, precise power management of chrono-optimization. This is not about feeling better, it is about achieving maximum cognitive uptime to match the exponential speed of the world. This mastery is achieved through 3 measurable levels. Level 1, the time tax, mastering chrononutrition. The most immediate and accessible leak of your precious energy reserves is the time tax imposed by erratic fueling. You consume food and caffeine based on habit or the clock, not biological necessity. This leads to inflammatory cycles and the inevitable, crippling midday crash. Chrononutrition is the ultimate time management for your body. Your body's sensitivity to insulin and hormones changes throughout the day. By 2026, personalized data tools will guide you precisely on when to introduce heavy foods or stimulants to maximize performance and minimize the crash. This is how you permanently eliminate the 2 p.m. fog. This doesn't just save you 2 unproductive hours. It frees up peak mental cycles that were previously wasted. Managing a biological deficit. You are not dieting, you are engineering sustained cognitive power. Level 2. The new baseline. Measuring your true reserves. If level 1 is about fuel, level 2 is about diagnostics. For decades, stress was an abstract feeling. Now it is a quantifiable metric. Heart rate variability, HRV. HRV is the single most important diagnostic tool of the new era. Your wearable is no longer a step counter. It is a real-time diagnostic for your resilience. When your HRV is low, your sympathetic nervous system, your fight-or-flight mode is dominant. You are running on depleted reserves. The protocol for 2026, your job is no longer to push through low HRV days with sheer willpower. Your job is to listen to the data. If the machine says you are biologically constrained, you do not work harder, you shift to low-intensity, high-leverage work, or you prioritize recovery. This is the end of blind hustling and the beginning of working according to your actual biological capacity. You trade effort for precision. Level 3. The cognitive advantage. Sleep engineering level 3 addresses the ultimate optimization. Everyone tells you to get more sleep. That is generic advice. The sovereign individual focuses on quality over quantity. The real breakthrough in 2026 lies in optimizing deep sleep, physical recovery, and REM sleep, cognitive consolidation, and creativity. Deep sleep heals the body. REM sleep is where the mental scaffolding for the next day's high-level thinking is constructed. Through accessible neuroacoustic and light technologies, and through precise management of your pre-sleep environment, you can now safely and affordably engineer the density of your recovery. The goal is not to sleep longer, but to drastically increase the density of recovery, freeing up productive hours while ensuring your brain is operating at maximum clarity. By mastering chrono-optimization, you solve the chronic depletion problem. You move from the illusion of progress to a state of sustained high performance. This provides the necessary raw mental bandwidth to successfully wield the second breakthrough point, the ultimate tool for scaling your intellect. We now move from the foundation of energy to the architecture of multiplied intellect. The single greatest limiting factor for high-level performance is not knowledge access, it is cognitive velocity. We are now moving beyond the illusion of working with AI. In 2026, the mandate is to think with AI. To understand the scale of this cognitive leap, consider the analogy of the printing press. Before Gutenberg, knowledge was painstakingly copied by hand, scarce, expensive, and reserved for the elite. The printing press didn't just reproduce books, it democratized speed. It allowed ideas to spread, synthesize, and compound exponentially, triggering the Renaissance and the Enlightenment. It fundamentally changed how quickly society could think. In 2026, AI is the printing press for your mind. It doesn't just automate tasks, it eliminates the friction of intellectual creation. It delivers elite speed of thought to everyone who is prepared to wield it. Your challenge is not to fear irrelevance, but to achieve cognitive integration. This mastery is achieved through 3 measurable ways of using AI as a true partner. Level 1. The synthesis engine, eliminating the research bottleneck. For any complex idea, 80% of your time is spent in the low-leverage work of research, filtering noise, and locating core facts. This is the research bottleneck that drains your chrono-optimized energy. The protocol for 2026 AI is no longer a search engine, it is a synthesis engine. You leverage it to consume massive, disparate datasets and deliver a complete executive summary starter pack for any project. This frees you from the task of finding information and immediately elevates you to the role of curating, validating, and applying information. You eliminate 80% of the front-end intellectual labor, allowing you to begin your creative process 80% further along the path. Level 2. The critical challenger. Forcing intellectual rigor. The ultimate flaw in solo human thought is the confirmation bias. We seek information that validates what we already believe, leading to fragile and predictable ideas. The protocol for 2026. You use the mental amplifier to instantly generate contrarian truth. You demand that your AI partner dismantle your best ideas, pinpointing every structural flaw, every market vulnerability, and every potential ethical failure. You are not asking for validation. You are soliciting immediate, high-fidelity intellectual opposition. This forces your mind to operate under stress, training your brain to think 3 steps ahead. The resulting ideas are anti-fragile. They have been stress-tested against an infinite field of intellectual opposition. You trade validation for sovereign intellectual rigor. Level 3. The ideation multiplier. Becoming the curator. If you are still generating ideas one by one, you are operating at an obsolete speed. The true power of the mental amplifier is as an ideation multiplier. The protocol for 2026. You stop being the sole creator and become the master curator. Instead of spending 3 hours brainstorming 5 solutions to a problem, you demand the mental amplifier generate 55 plausible, high-quality options instantly. Your function shifts entirely from the agonizing labor of generation to the high-leverage power of selection, refinement, and execution. This is the leap from a scarcity mindset, "I must create all the value," to an abundance mindset, "I must select the highest value." You are no longer paid for effort. You are paid for superior judgment and cognitive velocity. Chrono optimization provides the fuel. The mental amplifier provides the speed. This combination fundamentally solves the problem of productivity. You are now equipped with the high-velocity mindset needed to conquer the final and most crucial challenge, converting that speed into sovereign income. Let's transition to the final breakthrough point. The ultra-micro skills economy. Your last constraint is obsolete valuation. The failure to convert raw capability into sovereign non-linear income. The old economy paid you for effort and repetition. The new economy of 2026 pays you for uniqueness and leverage. This is the rise of the ultra-micro skills economy. To grasp the inevitability of this final economic pivot, consider the analogy of the first internet freelancers. When the internet first arrived in the late 90s, it created the first wave of freelance. Suddenly, a copywriter in Ohio could compete for a job in London. It fragmented the labor market, but still relied on broad general skills: writing, coding, design. In 2026, AI is creating the second wave, an explosion of ultra-micro skills. AI automates the general. It can write a decent blog post. It can generate adequate code. Therefore, the market no longer rewards the generalist. It creates massive premium demand for the person who can apply the final human 10% of specialized, highly leverageable intelligence. This is not about finding a new niche. It is about monetizing your inherent combined sovereignty. Level 1. The intersection principle. Finding your financial DNA. Your true financial value in 2026 lies at the intersection of 3 things. 1. Your unique talent, what you genuinely love excel at. 2. The AI tool, the specific model you master. And 3. The market pain point, the one narrow problem only you can solve. The protocol for 2026. Stop trying to sell consulting or marketing. Find your ultra-micro skill. Be the sole master prompt architect for LinkedIn writers, or the AI audit specialist for local businesses. You are identifying a vacuum that AI created but cannot fill. Your value is not in the size of the skill, but in the specificity and intensity of its focus. Level 2. The trust premium. Selling the human 10%. When AI performs 90% of the routine, the human 10%, trust, ethics, emotional intelligence, and ultimate accountability, becomes the entire product. The market will gladly pay a massive premium for the 10% guarantee that the result is safe, culturally resonant, and strategically sound. The protocol for 2026: never sell raw AI output. You are selling the trust premium. You use the mental amplifier to generate the high-velocity options, but you use your unique human discernment, your moral operating system, to apply the final polish, the critical review, and the strategic sign-off. You are selling sovereign judgment, augmented by technology. This is why you transition from being an employee to being a high-value adjudicator. Level 3. The microservice machine. Sovereign time. The goal is not simply to earn more money per hour. It is to buy back your time. The ultimate form of sovereign income is passive, non-linear, and detached from your physical labor. The protocol for 2026: use your ultra-micro skill to create a highly specialized digital product, a premium template, a master prompt pack, a diagnostic micro course that solves one specific problem. This microservice machine monetizes your unique expertise automatically. This allows your income to scale exponentially while your time investment remains stable. This is the final step in turning your energy and intellect into the ultimate currency of the new era: quality time, deep work time. You have achieved personal singularity. Your optimized body provides the fuel, your amplified mind provides the velocity, and your micro-skill machine provides the leverage. Now that we have established the 3 pillars of your transformation, we must address the final challenge. How do we convert this insight into an unstoppable strategic plan? Absolutely. This is the crucial final part where we synthesize the 3 pillars and provide the audience with a concrete, actionable roadmap. Here is Part V: conclusion. The personal singularity and the 90-day protocol, written in a powerful closing style. The gap between your current reality and the sovereign self you are meant to be is not closed by effort alone. It is closed by a protocol. Your personal singularity is the moment these 3 forces, energy, intellect, and income, cease to operate independently and become a single self-reinforcing engine of growth. You are no longer running on the plateau of unseen growth. You are on the exponential curve. The ultimate danger in 2026 is inertia. It is the failure to convert insight into immediate action. You cannot afford to wait for permission or inspiration. The window for seizing this wave is narrow. To bridge the gap between where you are and where the sovereign individual needs to be, you require a focused, high-stakes commitment. This is your 90-day protocol for achieving escape velocity in the first quarter of 2026. Phase 1. Day 1. 30. Master your energy. The commitment: you will trade the old code of pushing through for the new code of biological data literacy. The action: secure your HRV monitoring tool, a wearable or high-fidelity app. For 30 days, your primary goal is to establish your true baseline. Map your sleep debt, your stress peaks, and your recovery windows. Do not work harder, work smarter by obeying your body's data. You are building the bedrock of endurance. Phase 2, Day 31. 60. Multiply your intellect. The commitment: you will trade low-leverage research for high-velocity synthesis. The action: choose 3 complex, high-stakes tasks in your professional life. For each task, use the mental amplifier, your AI tool, not to generate the answer, but to generate 3 opposing arguments to your intended solution. You are forging anti-fragile ideas. You are training your mind for sovereign judgment, not dependency. Phase 3, Day 61. 90. Leverage your income. The commitment: you will trade obsolete valuation, selling time for sovereign leverage, selling unique expertise. The action: identify the intersection point: your passion plus your AI tool plus the market's pain. By day 90, you must have the first draft or minimum viable product of your ultra microservice machine created: a template, a specialized prompt pack, or a unique diagnostic tool that automates your unique talent. You are planting the seed for sovereign income. If you follow this protocol, you will not only survive 2026, you will dominate it. Your energy will be stable, your ideas will be unstoppable, and your income will be detached from the tyranny of the clock. But the protocol only works if you start now. Inertia is the enemy. The time for waiting for the breakthrough is over. This is the year to transform the illusion of progress into measurable mastery. The world does not need another talented but exhausted generalist. It needs the sovereign self. Are you ready to claim your place on the curve? Your transformation begins with a single act of clarity. Having absorbed the 3 pillars of 2026, energy, intellect, and income, you now know your highest leverage area. In the comments below, answer this question: which of the 3 constraints, energy depletion, intellectual bottleneck, or obsolete valuation, is the single weakest link holding back your personal singularity right now? Your honest answer is your roadmap. Let's begin the work. In our subsequent videos, we will further discuss how to achieve psychological resilience in 2026. Deepen your self-understanding, find your authenticity, develop yourself at the pace of the new era, and ultimately become the best version of yourself. Make sure you are subscribed and notifications are enabled to join the conscious minority that is building the future. Thank you for watching. The future is waiting for your move.